All right. Yes, we are definitely live. And hey guys, I'm sorry. I was having I'm having internet issues. So I'm just going to apologize profusely in advance because I am almost positive this is going to be a reoccurring thing throughout the stream.
Thumbs up, let's do this.
All right. Internet gremlins going on this evening?
Well, I
Nice.
yeah, yes, we'll just go with that. Yes.
Cool, cool, cool. Well, am I sharing the right tab? I think I'm sharing the right tab. Boom, boom. Is my tab being shared though? Today we're
Oh, nope.
covering the wonderful and delightful Hans Wormhat. Stephanie, were you familiar with Mr. Wormhat before today?
I'm very unfamiliar with Mr. Wormhat, but
Yeah.
brain worms are, I'm familiar with those.
Yeah, this guy, this individual is a treat. Okay.
Indeed.
Hans Wormhat. This is a video, I'm just making it because I recently saw firsthand what NASA would call a comet. I don't see any reason to call something by that name because that conjures up these images of an ice ball flying through outer spaceland, and we know that outer space is not real. And look at this really interesting.
Just
I
that's
mean,
May I make so bold as to ask, how do we know outer space is not real?
no, we know it's just the assertion. We know this.
There are,
that's
in
her
fact,
starting
people sort
baseline.
of in outer space as we speak right now.
No, no. There's no outer space. There's just the dome.
Oh,
It's there's a thing in the firmament. He believes in the dome and the firmament. He's all of it.
like
Oh
same as
yeah.
it ever
No, I
was,
mean
over the water, under the water.
Yeah.
There was
the
water
only
above, water
the
below, all
only
that.
thing real is Jesus.
Yeah, that's
So
good.
just put a pin in that.
Oh, it's but yeah. I just so I guess
Thing
he
that I
hasn't gotten to
just
the comment
stumbled
yet.
upon. An illustration of the six-tailed great comet of 1744. It's something optical. It looks like a flashlight being shown underwater. It's the same thing with what they
It doesn't. It doesn't. Does it look like that? I don't think it looks like that. I don't think flashlights curve like that.
Then I
But they
might
might.
also
You
make so
know.
bold as to point out that there were no flashlights, to the best of my knowledge, in 1744.
Also, this is an illustration, not a photo, because there were no photographers or
Yeah.
photographs.
But God was there.
Yep. And I this looks like the description of a comet from somebody who didn't see it and was told the description and then like had to make something now.
call shooting stars. It's not a
That's not a
space
shooting
rock
star.
going into the atmosphere, and no, it's something optical. It reminds me of if you've ever been in a room with light shining in, and people, they put these like dangly, it's like a jewel in the window, and as or a crystal or whatever, and as the crystal spins, you see it fling light off in all sorts of different directions. That's what shooting stars reminded me of. It's like a
What? That's so. My understanding of shooting star refers to when a meteor comes in and it does the big streak across the sky for a hot second.
No, a shooting star is when God shoots a star out of the goddamn sky.
Well, I don't
Shooting
remember seeing
star.
that
That's
happening,
that's how compound words work.
but
What?
I've
What?
never seen that happen.
Are you denying God?
Yes,
Oh, well,
yeah.
all right.
What now?
I don't know. I got nothing. Because again, God
got,
is the only thing that's real. So without
you got.
God, nothing is real.
I mean, whatever you've got, it's more than Hans Worm has got. Okay, he's I don't know.
No, because koalas are not real and anacondas are not real. And uh, just, I don't know that, like, if you don't see it in your backyard,
He
it's
doesn't
not
believe
real.
anything's real. He doesn't believe
Seriously,
anything's real. We're not
nothing is
we're not
real.
joking, chat.
Oh,
Chat.
no.
Go
I know.
like after we're done, if you want just the lowest opinion of somebody you can possibly have, like of their intelligence, of their ability. Oh, never mind. I can't get
It's like
into
a
it.
shard
I'll
of
get too
light
angry.
that
I'm not even sure he's like serious. He kind of reminds me of the birds aren't real guy.
Yeah, yeah, it's possible, but he's also overtly religious, and
Yeah, yeah,
so
and they do tend to be uniquely stupid. I mean, yeah, it's
flickers by
hard.
you
It's
really
hard.
quick.
yeah.
And I don't know, I'm not going to say that I know what these things are exactly. That's a
Well,
big
that's
point of
good.
this video is anybody who talks to you like they know exactly what's happening, they're big phonies and they're liars. And withholding judgment,
Phonies.
not claiming
Yeah,
to know exactly
Big
they're
phony.
phonies.
You're a big phony.
Yeah, this guy's been reading too much Catcher in the Rye.
what's happening is a big way to get outside the mind box.
The mind box.
NASA Outer Space Fantasyland, it's a mind box that keeps your ideas stuck in a false reality. All that stuff is just nonsense. So anybody who comes and tries to talk to you about these events as if it exists inside that NASA land, you just know it's wrong. And
Just everything that NASA says is real isn't real. Okay.
Oh God, no, NASA.
Including Houston. Houston's not real.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I legitimately am surprised that I haven't found a video where he denies the existence of like a place on Earth that isn't Antarctica, because I'm pretty sure I did see one of those. But like,
Oh, that's not.
if I found a video of this guy being like Japan doesn't exist, I'd be like, yeah, that tracks. That username checks out.
France is real
I mean,
though,
look at-
because France.
But yeah, I mean, it's the Paris Observatory.
Yeah.
Which he's going to have a problem with, by the way. Well,
Okay.
yeah.
this, but how
Sort
could
of, not
anything
really.
possibly happen like this
Stuff's like,
if what they
sure.
tell us about comets is real? There would be no reason for it to have 6 different tails.
Yeah, I will admit, this
So
doesn't look anything
this
like a comet.
enough should just debunk anything that NASA says
I don't know what
about
this is.
comets. And what I did in this video, I didn't really go in depth into anything. We'll just see. I'll read.
He doesn't go into
whatever I have
depth in
pictures
any
of and say
video.
what comes to mind.
Just FYI.
But
No, his reasoning, his main logic behind why these things are all fake is that like they're obviously fake.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Like he's just kind of think
much.
about it for a moment.
Yeah. And they're just not. And anyone who tells you they are is a goddamn liar and are working for the government and give them the show money. You don't even have to. They'll just take it out of your check.
Yep. Oh.
a big point about whenever you're looking up anything outer space land, you just have to see these things with your eyes. You have to see it for yourself with something that's
Right.
not digital. You're
And
not
once you see
Bro,
having
people have you've been to a zoo and you don't think those things are real, okay? He thinks gorillas are fake.
look, just look at the trees, okay?
Are they real?
I don't
Can you? Well, if you can look at them, then yes. Eucalyptus, that shit koalas eat. Koalas are not real. They're for no eucalyptus. Fake news. Moving on.
Yep.
a bunch of images put together, and even your eye can be deceiving. A lot of these telescopes, lie scopes, it changes the way that objects
I missed
look
that
just
gem.
by merely
I missed the lie scopes gem when I was listening to this earlier. By the way, I only listened to this one earlier. I didn't watch it. So
Right. Why would you?
I mean, I gotta leave something hot and spicy for myself to experience.
observing, and that's That's just a truth of science. That a lot of stuff that they teach you in science, it is true. And one of the things that they teach you is that the mere act of observing changes reality.
Wow. Okay.
And we definitely get.
So he's okay with the Heisenberg like uncertainty principle and whatnot, which isn't exactly what he meant, but it. Yeah.
Are you? Yeah, I was gonna say, is that can't be what he meant?
Well, no, it's like a related thing. And it was Heisenberg who like came up with the, I think, whole if you measure something you change it sort of thing. But it's more about, I guess, the nature of the wave function. It doesn't matter. This guy is several universes away from understanding physics, like at any level, let alone quantum mechanics, which is weird.
Andrew, no. I think Stephanie was trying to keep her sanity inside of her head.
I was doing this because it was like,
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly
and it's
vomiting.
really it's the observation problem, which is not, that's not what it means. It's people misunderstand what an
No.
observer is. It's like, it's not real. Until
Yeah,
somebody sees it. No, that's not what it means.
Yeah. It's like it's simultaneously a mix of like complementarity and the measurement problem, and all of these things are nuanced, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He has no idea.
Are they true?
What do you mean by?
Are they real?
Like, is the measurement problem true? Isn't like it's not a truth apt thing. It doesn't matter.
I'm just like breaking your brain today, aren't I?
You are. I mean, I did it to myself. I engage with these
you
people.
introduced me to this idiot. Like, it's your own fault.
This guy is. I mean, it's.
Get that with NASA Outer Space Fantasyland stuff. Just because you can come up with a picture doesn't make that real life necessarily. Sure, you might be observing something, but what and how close to real life is what you're observing. Anyways,
I don't know what it is, but it's definitely not what the experts think it is. Right? That's what he's saying.
No, yeah, that's right.
And like, I don't know what it is, but it's definitely not that. I think that's fine. I think you're allowed to say that. I think that when people are like, "Oh, well, then at least like some like you know what they meant,"
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know who the next person to knock on my door is, but it's not going to be Abraham Lincoln. I know that.
They won't be real until they do, and which is why Mormon missionaries are not real until they knock on your door. Nor are Jehovah's Witnesses.
I've never encountered a Mormon missionary nor a Jehovah's Witness missionary, so therefore they do not exist.
Yep, I guess so.
Okay. No, yeah, I'm with it.
Yep.
So one comes to the door.
I just
you do not exist.
Pick this because look at how often they'll just admit it's an image processing technique, and spacecraft is BS. Maybe high altitude balloons, I don't know, and they build. If outer space was real, there would be no reason to build observatories on the ground. But the best observatories, I think that
because you can't get to those.
Well, so you're admitting Hubble is a lie, Stephanie. You heard that right here, okay? Clover, your facade cracked. You just admitted that it's all fake.
But Stephanie, you can't do that here. We're not going to get our government shill money if you start spewing the truth.
What government shill money? I haven't seen any of
that. Hey, Doc, did you put the paperwork through?
I
don't ask much.
Oh, God. You ask me to make content all the time. It's a lot.
They're on the ground, and of course Hubble and all that's BS.
They
put
just
them up in the mountains.
Why don't they put observatories in space? And then he's like, "Oh, I just realized they did do that, so I have to say that that's bullshit. Why don't they put them in mountains? They do that. The one that he was probably on the phone."
Wow. He's really got to get out of his backyard.
So images like this, they don't make any sense. There would be no reason for the tail to look like this
I don't know what that
Yeah.
what they
is.
told you about comets was real life. It wouldn't work like this.
I don't what it like.
It kind of looks like a
They
comet
give you
as
different reasons. They say
as it's rounding the sun. They do.
Yeah,
this is the-
yeah,
they
but
give you different reasons.
yeah, but it like I have no idea what that is. If it is,
No, I
if
have
it,
no idea where he got that picture either.
right, because
But comets will do that.
they will do that. But
But yeah, there's got to be
you don't see that part of it. Like you basically
Right.
just see. You typically see two jets. You see a gas jet, and then you see like a dust jet.
Yeah.
But we didn't actually talk about like what comets are earlier, I guess. So
Oh,
like I
okay,
mean people
sure.
know what comets are, but the jets, like that's just it's just like they're not very strongly gravitationally bound, and everything in space has like just stuff kind of gassing off of it. It's called outgassing, and you could have multiple jets if you had a big complex comet that had it might have a few different surfaces that were hit more recently by other space debris and are outgassing more, and it's possible that there could be a directionality once you take into account all of the different ways that light reflects off of things and the radiation pressures, that you get when you add it all up. There was this thing called the Pioneer anomaly, which happened where one of the Pioneer spacecraft, its velocity was changing and they didn't know why, and they had to like go to like their recreation of it and study it in great detail, and they realized that just because of the way it was shaped, like the atoms that are coming off of it, just because of the fact that it's not infinitely cold, push it a little bit. So that's how comets work. Yay.
Yay. And actually,
I wonder
Jer
if
makes
this
a
guy's
really
ever
good
seen a
point.
comet. He probably hasn't.
No, he has not. They are not real.
Yeah,
How could he possibly see it?
Well, there are these things in the sky that I've never seen one that matches the image that's on
No.
the screen right now, but the image that was on the screen before was pretty
Well, okay, and
close.
so yeah,
And
my
you can't
point.
with your
Okay,
naked eye. I've seen
right.
like two.
Oh. Yeah, this might be a time lapse. Did somebody say this was a time
Yeah,
lapse
no,
in
It
chat?
and
looks
that I
like
was
it,
trying to say that, but neither of you will
Oh.
shut the fuck up.
You got to cut
I
in.
was muted.
You got to
for
mute
heaven's
us.
sake.
And
No, yeah, this looks like when they show pictures of like what the comets look like around in the sun, or what a comet, the multiple comets that we all have seen with our eyes, what they do when they're going around the sun. That's what this reminds me of like, but what I was trying to say was like this is something that would be done around a star, not necessarily on what we would see from Earth. As this, like it's not like somebody would go out to their backyard and in the middle of nowhere and take a picture of this. Exactly.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
am not,
This
and that's what I
this
was
was not
saying
in
when
the
I was
sky.
saying, why would I don't know where he got this picture from.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think anybody ever looked up in the sky and saw this though.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Thank you. See, I can
Yes.
say smart shit when you let me finish.
Well, I shouldn't do that then. It makes
But
me feel threatened.
but he cannot.
Yeah, that's true.
But comets was real life. It wouldn't work like this. They give you different reasons. They say
I've seen a comet that looks kind of like that. Not through binoculars. It looks like
that's a beautiful comet.
comet.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, this absolutely.
it's super. That's gorgeous.
It really is.
they say one of the tails is this, one of the tails is this, and there might be a speck of truth to what they're saying, but they frame it in this box that is just so wrong that it's super corrupted. So just to give you an instance, they'll say stuff like, "Oh, we found salts in one of the tails, but we didn't find it in." Okay, that could be true. I don't know. Maybe
The truest thing you've said all night, Hans. You don't know.
Oh God.
because ionized gases, I know that different salts and different just compounds burn with different colors. So there
I wonder if he thinks that we think that comet is on fire right now.
I don't know what he thinks a comet is.
Right? Well, not what we think it is, but I don't know
Oh,
what that
hey,
means.
it's Michael
Oh,
Granado.
all right, yeah.
It's Michael Granado. Mike, I found Tapiocaweasel. He's here. He's right here.
Hey, Mike.
If you know, you know.
Oh, but yeah, no, I think I think him and Matt Powell should hang out because I'm pretty sure that he thinks that this is like on fire, and that it looks this way because of the space and the air in space is different than the air here on Earth, right? So
Okay.
yeah,
I don't know if I understand what you're talking about. Like, sometimes it helps if you get a board that's kind of white in color and like really squeaky things to write on it.
I don't know what you're talking
Um,
about. I have no
mm,
idea what that could possibly mean. I
yeah,
forgot to put it.
it's on the tip of my tongue. I
It's
forget the name.
here it is. Here it is.
Oh my God! Holy whiteboard. Oh,
Hey there,
yeah,
whiteboard.
there it is. There it is.
There we go. Was there something you wanted me to explain? Because I don't really know how comets work, other than I'd get a thing and I go like that, and then I go, and then Hans Wormhat would be like, he's a scientist. He's saying that that's how comets he's calling that a comet, and that doesn't look like a comet, and I literally don't think I'm giving him too little credit there.
I have my turkey feather handy.
There we
She
go.
does. She does.
Oh no, that's permanent marker. I don't want to use that. I found my green one, but yeah, I'm sure he'll give us something to whiteboard about.
Oh yeah, he'll give us something. Oh wait a
at the
minute.
end of
What
the
else
day,
is
there
going
could
on? Is that the holy vibrator? I'm fucking with you. All right,
That's a little out of reach right now, but could come into play. You never know.
All
be
right.
just a speck, a little grain of truth to the thing that they're saying, but everything out of their mouth is a bunch of BS. They'll say something that might be based in reality about why one of the things is blue and the other one isn't, but then they frame it in this, it's 9 million miles away, it's the blah blah blah, it's icy chunk, where it just clearly that's not what you're looking at.
What do you think?
I keep telling you, I have no idea what he thinks a comet is.
What?
Like, he should have started with that.
Right? Or you don't need to have all the answers. You should have some idea of what you think they might be.
Right.
He started with what a comet is not, and unfortunately, what he thinks a comet is not is precisely what a comet is. So.
Yeah,
right.
partially because he defines himself almost it's like contrarian. Like, he's like, they say it's that. I know anything they say is bullshit. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
In order for you to conclude that this thing that you're looking at is an ice chunk flying through outer space land, that's just clearly not what you're looking at. You don't have to believe things that people tell you. If the things that people are telling you sounds like a bunch of nonsense, oh, this is an ice ball flying through a vacuum. It sounds like nonsense.
Me, you should trust.
Yeah, but he probably believes that there was some old, 200-year-old dude that built a boat for his family
No,
to
he does.
travel around the fucking
That-
world in an
that
ark. He believes
totally
that, but
happened.
he doesn't believe in chunks of ice flying through outer space land. It's like,
Yep.
No, there was totally a worldwide flood that wiped out all life, because there are waters of the deep that can rise,
oh,
but there are not penguins.
Yeah. No. He his whole thing about animals is so weird. Carrie Ann asks, "Does he understand the vacuum of space?" What do you think?
All right,
Like,
look, carry on.
no.
Let me explain.
he
Let me
thinks the
explain.
vacuum of space is a Hoover. That's
No,
the problem.
no. There is a dome, and the stars are lights in the dome, as the Bible said.
Yes,
I,
we're not joking.
I
That
am
is.
not joking.
He doesn't think that. There was another video that I don't think we're getting to tonight, where it's all about like space being fake, and he's more overtly flat Earth than he is in this video. And Maya doesn't let me do flat Earth stuff
No,
because she's.
no, it's not your
I don't-
birthday.
Right. Flat Earth is so much fun, though. you say you crave the stupid, and then you aren't willing to commit.
Really close. This is really close. We are skating on thin ice with this one.
That's true.
And that's not what this looks like. You don't have to believe what they say just because they're an authority figure. So it doesn't really look like this. Almost. This one wasn't bad. I tried to pick some images that looked kind of what I saw the Comet yesterday kind of looked kind of like this, but you'll never
that's
be
a
able to
very
capture it
pronounced
exactly
curve,
with the photograph.
which
And that's just
is pretty rare to see.
Truth about
I think. I might be
imagery.
wrong. I don't know much about comets.
And most of what you see, it's not even close. Like when you see images of Saturn, it looks nothing like what actual Saturn through just a proper telescope without any computers or any adding images together, or if you see real images of Saturn, it looks nothing like what NASA shows you. And
Bullshit.
Have you guys looked through a telescope with your own eyes and looked at Saturn?
I've done that once. It's really cool.
It's super cool, and other than being, a little shaky and a little harder to see, it looks like Saturn. Like,
It looks like Saturn.
it looks like if I had a bigger and better telescope, I could take a picture that would look more and more like
Yeah.
the awesome pictures of Saturn that we have from the other stuff. Like
When I saw it,
what
it
is he
was like
talking
really.
about?
When I saw it, it was like really turned, and which I mean, it was. They were distinct, but like, yeah, there wasn't a lot of detail, but
Yeah,
it was
but like,
amazing, and
it looks like a round thing with rings around it, and like.
Yeah.
If you have a 6-inch telescope, if you have a 4-inch telescope, you should be able to see that. If you have good binoculars, I don't know about that.
There's once, oh God, probably around the time that you were born, where I think it was Jupiter, Saturn, and Uranus were in a straight line. And I used my mom's binoculars to try to get detail on any of them. It's so difficult. But
Yeah.
then the one I was talking about is like we went to a park one night, and this guy was had his super duper
Nice.
binoculars. Yeah, not binoculars, telescope, and he was pointing it at because I don't know, at that time Saturn was supposed to be really close to us in the sky, and yeah, it was really cool. But you you could see, you can see a lot of stuff in the sky. I
Yeah.
mean, like hell, I mean, with not so good binoculars, you can pretty much map out the moon. So I don't know what his like deal is.
He thinks all great apes are people in suits or
He
animatronic.
does. No, we're yeah, all
Okay.
monkeys are midgets in monkey costumes, just like the old Godzilla or in King Kong
Does he
movies.
think The Wizard of Oz is a documentary then?
I don't know.
I,
Is there a god in it?
he probably thinks that the Wizard of Oz was an attempt by the government to convince people that tornadoes could make you travel through time or something, and they were like, they didn't buy it. But I wouldn't put it past him. There's almost nothing I would put past this. Well, okay, competence, I suppose.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
You get a lot of that with the comets too. Most of the images you see look nothing like what it actually looks like. This is kind of closer. Kind of looks like this. Looks like a flashlight underwater. There's waters above. Look at how much these look like comets. Like you could take this and put it in a...
Yeah,
Seriously,
I mean,
you could
there's
Photoshop
the
this and
dude
turn that into
behind
a
it,
comet
but
really easy.
you know. But I mean, you could actually probably get a pretty
I picked
sweet
this image because look at the hair.
comet-like effect.
This is what...
If you did like a time lapse of a flashlight through water, like you could probably do something with that. But you know, this looks vaguely like that doesn't mean, anything.
hair should look like in 0G. But it's total mockery, this NASA stuff. You think that they would let people have their hair out like this? That would be get everywhere.
Yeah,
and
hair should
what they
look
show
the
you
way
is
it looks
the
underwater.
ISS is so cluttered.
No,
When
yeah,
it's in
hair should
space.
look. Hair in 0G should look the way it looks underwater. It should not look the way it actually looks in outer space.
I guess. Also, I think this kind of does look like it's underwater, right?
I mean, it
like,
could. It actually could, but it doesn't. This doesn't. This looks CGI'd. Apparently.
I guess he's like this should look like this other thing, and I'm like, honestly, other than there isn't
I don't know
flow,
why.
but she's standing still.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does kinda. Do you
No,
agree?
That looks CGI'd. Because
Yeah, this
she's
does
not
look
underwater.
chopped.
So yeah. She's not underwater. So, it wouldn't make any sense for them to take a picture of her underwater and then like transpose it where she's like in outer space. To make it look realistic.
Yeah.
They just do the CGI
Yup.
because reasons.
Reasons. I hadn't considered reasons.
Yeah, you should consider like reasons.
Yeah. All right.
They dazzle you with their sets. It's a set. It's like a Hollywood set.
Dazzling.
And their hair is so dumb. This one has the most punchable face ever. What a witch.
Oh my god! What the fuck?
I
He
don't
wants to punch a
I
chick?
think this guy has a problem with women.
Yeah.
In the truth, like,
He has
a
a problem.
punchable face. Like what the hell? It's a woman smiling at a camera.
Yeah.
With chopsticks. But, I mean, what the hell?
Yeah.
Bride of Frankenstein. Hairspray hair. Okay? They're laughing. Cracking up because it's so stupid. This one brought like 3 different flutes. Allegedly. Look.
All
Bride
these
of Frankenstein hair.
women,
That's not how it works. I just wanted to show this. 'cause
astronauts,
it
all
debunks all that
smarter
stuff.
than
This is
me.
what...
Fuck those bitches.
I mean, the insecurity is strong with this one.
Holy shit.
hair and neutral buoyancy looks like. Not like this. Bride of Frankenstein stuff. It's mocking. Jeez. How NASA trains astronauts 40 feet underwater. So, comets, I think that they are key. The idea that a comet looks like a flashlight underwater. The water's above. And maybe it has something to do with the waters above. I don't know. But
See?
Why?
I know what they
waters
tell me is a
above?
bunch of BS.
Can you show me a picture of the waters above? Can we walk to the edge of the earth and you can point to where the waters from above come from?
Under the rocks and stones, there's water. Into the blue again. After the money's gone, once in a lifetime.
Oh, God.
What the fuck? It's
It's
Like when I say he's just uniquely stupid.
yeah. It's remarkable.
In 2014, NASA admitted that one of their astronauts nearly drowned. And look here, the word choice. They admitted.
They admitted, yeah, because she nearly drowned, and it was a problem, and it doesn't make them look good, and like that, you know, it.
Yeah, people do tend to ask questions when there are near fatal accidents.
I mean,
Ah.
those are all people who are trying to make sense out of life. That's not what we're here for today.
Oh man, well, how warped does your view have to be that you read that and you're like, oh, my takeaway from that is that the word admitted means space is fake. Like, how much do you just like not have to understand reality?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, there's got to be like an IQ maximum that just like where he's, like a base IQ where you just get how life works, and he's got,
Well below that.
yeah, well below.
Yeah.
Why would they say that? Why would they ever say NASA admitted
But
today
because
that
she
an
almost
Italian? They're
drowned.
saying that, hey guys, this is an admission. It's water.
Yeah. No,
It's scuba.
it's a
You know
drowning.
what they sell you as spacewalks?
Because
It's
they
scuba. And you
ran-
absolutely, there are tons of videos out there where people have found air bubbles and all that. That's not
What?
I don't
Oh,
go and
those
look
are
for that kind of stuff.
those are. This
Where
is
are
a
we?
whole thing.
What's happening?
This is he's talking about people will identify anything in the video that is like weird and floating around, and they're like, that's an
Well,
air bubble, and I'm like,
while
yo,
in
it's
the
zero
same
G.
breath,
Literally anything could be that.
while in the same breath, basically saying that the video or the photograph itself is faked.
Yeah.
So this
I
is
need more
clear evidence
alcohol.
that this photograph was taken on Earth, but all photographs are fake. So therefore, you can't trust any of those either.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
you're telling on yourself there, bud.
I need
there's
more
no
alcohol.
coherent model.
BRB.
Yup.
But because it's already out
Shall I wait for her? Should we continue?
I don't know.
I could dance.
Yeah, I could continue singing once in a lifetime, I suppose.
Well, let's continue.
there. If you want to go look for
'Cause, like,
bubbles when it comes to outer space stuff,
he's
go
talking
for it.
about the
You
dumb
will
thing about
find
the
images
bubbles.
and videos out there. But here, like, to me, this is the type of stuff that just to me is so obvious.
Like, that's so telling because the bubbles are way more convincing than this. Way more convincing.
NASA admitted today that they wouldn't use that word if they weren't disclosing some information here. They would just say
Yeah, they were
NASA
disclosing that she nearly drowned. I
said
don't.
today, or reported today.
Oh.
That's so stupid.
I think I've said a lot. Oh, just really quickly, if you want to pause and read any of these.
I think I've said a lot.
So,
I mean, he said like there've been a lot of words. There have definitely been
Oh.
so many words. And if there has ever been a time to just write nothing in the midst of an all-white space, that would be this video.
It's what is at the core of everything that he believes. It's his argumentative style for everything. And I only have the green one. I need to find the other one.
Find the other one. What's wrong with the green one?
It's harder to see than the blue one. I thought I ordered large markers, but then they didn't come. But this is what he believes. This is the reality that he believes. It's the contents of his brain. It's so much. It's the substance of all of his theories. You guys know where we're going. It's nothing.
The substance of most of his theories come out of the back end of a bull. So it's like,
well, I mean, I think that's giving him too much credit. Manure fertilizes things. Good things can come out of this. The best thing that's coming out of this video is me writing the word nothing on a whiteboard. Right? Like
Yeah. It's far more entertaining and accurate.
Yeah, I mean,
God.
It's
infinitely accurate, more accurate than
right,
anything that came out of his mouth.
Right? And it's nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. I have a beautiful voice. We're doing the nothing dance.
Oh, we got the
We're
nothing dance going
doing the
on.
nothing
Uh-oh.
dance.
Are you not entertained?
I mean, this, it's,
Yeah. Yeah.
why, Hans?
Yeah.
Why do you have to be such, oh my God. And the thing is, let's check out the comments briefly here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the comment section. Oh God.
Yeah, comment section. Okay.
Do I want to?
So it's just electrostatic discharge, like static electricity in the sky. No, that's lightning. Okay. And yeah, I mean, so on this one, you thank you so much for your work. You have helped me tremendously. That terrifies me. You know, it terrifies me. But on this video, so. And all of that's par for the course. You know, the comment section of most of the videos that we've responded to are full of people who agree with them. What's the subscriber count?
Oh God.
7.3 thousand. 7,300 subscribers. But on some of his videos, like most of the fake animals or fake videos, like the comments are not in his favor. Everybody's just calling him a moron. That's This guy
I
is
love
so
that.
dumb that even his own comment section goes back and forth depending on which video you're on. This one, not quite stupid enough to like really sink that low though, apparently. Which I
Okay.
mean I find just so depressing.
Wow. Some faith in humanity.
So the reason I chose this is comets are really interesting. It seems like any old person can be the person to discover a comet, and they're very unpredictable. If they knew what they were, they wouldn't be unpredictable. We wouldn't have six-tailed comets, and then some of them have two tails, and then some of them they think that they're going to get bright, but then they don't get bright, and then some of them become surprisingly bright. They're all over the place. Who knows? And don't put yourself in the box, the NASA box, because that's BS, and that's not right. And yeah, nobody can be in academia unless
Yeah,
they are a
NASA's
part of
not
that
right.
NASA Outer Space
You know, for
Fantasyland.
all of this data we've just provided,
Yeah, no, fake
which
news.
is just yeah, pretty much just no.
Yeah,
No.
fake news. It's astonishing.
I need more gin. I'll be right back. I'm listening though, so please do carry on.
You probably shouldn't. It's not good for you.
Yeah, no, we're not doing any drinking games. We're just
No.
the right amount of inebriated to make it through
Yeah,
the
this
bullshit.
absolutely has alcohol in it.
I
To be clear.
was unprepared, so I just need a quick refresher here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sometimes like I'm surprised I'm able to get through these without hallucinogenics sometimes.
All right,
Nobody
Stephanie,
can
you
be in
run. We're gonna
academia
power through.
Yeah.
unless they are a part of that NASA Outer Space Fantasyland box, and that just shows you how rigged this place is. You physically can't go to an observatory and look at these things unless you're publishing papers about NASA Outer Space Fantasyland. Nobody who is openly, we live under a dome, the firmament, and God is real, Genesis 1 is real, nobody who is preaching that is allowed to go use Palomar
By the
Observatory.
way, there it was.
There
He
it is.
believes. He,
I know
Who is
sometimes like
openly
I'm prone to hyperbole, and it's hard to tell when I'm lying, joking, or telling the truth. And again, it's not me. I would never deceive you. However, we showcase like people who are just like really stupid.
I mean, dumb. There's a lot of people who are like, I don't want to call him stupid. I'm gonna call him stupid. Like the guy's this is dumb. This is really dumb.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Mark just got here. He doesn't know.
Uh,
Mark,
he- the meteorites. That's all fake.
it's all
Um,
fake
it's an
yeah.
optical effect.
By NASA.
Yeah, it's fake, but it's an optical effect also, and
Mm-hmm.
space is fake,
Yes,
and
yes. Um,
it might be something twinkling through the firmament, even though the firmament is like impenetrable, but maybe like God like let a thing in.
mhm, mhm.
But yeah, no, total like dome,
Yeah, no, yeah.
firmament
Comets are
all the
fake
way.
news. Yeah, and Genesis is real. So that
Yeah.
you're all up to date. He was just explaining to us. Now, evidence need not be required because Bible.
Yeah, and also because I mean, obviously, right? His
Right.
rationale is basically like this is space is obviously a fake because that's I mean it's just absurd. It's silly.
Mm-hmm.
We live under a dome, the firmament, and God is real, Genesis 1 is real. Nobody who is preaching that is allowed to go use Palomar Observatory and check it out. Only if you're part of the club.
Yeah, because if you go to the observatory, Mark, you're just going to see the firmament,
Yeah,
and experience for yourself how real it is. And the government can't have that because, again,
because
reasons.
yeah,
Yeah,
atheist reasons,
atheist reasons.
atheist secular reasons that
No,
probably
demonic reasons.
they're probably trying to leach the adrenochrome of newborn children.
We're schooling Mark Ancher. That's how this works. 'Cause Mark is late to the party, and Mark also I've seen Mark in action. He has a lot of debates. Mark loves his government show money. He's always telling flat earthers how wrong they are. The fuck, Mark?
Yeah, it's because he works for NASA, like all
Right,
Australians.
right.
So just spectacular. I don't know what they are. I don't know what it is, but I don't like the word comet. I think the word comet is terrible.
Exactly, Clara.
Who needs
Look at this.
books when you can just see?
Oh, that reminds me so much of Logic's series on Shmuel, which if you haven't seen it, like if you at all enjoy this content, obviously everything that he has done on especially Logic's response to Shmuel Paulin's book, because
Oh my god.
he doesn't think 1 + 1 = 2.
Right.
Okay, one of the few people that is competing for this lower level of just idiot.
Fantasyland.
Mark, we were actually just talking about this before you came in. Yeah, all about this. And don't look up. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah,
It all comes falling down.
who are you gonna
Um,
believe, Hans Wormhat or your lying eyes?
I'm just saying. You know.
That's fantasy when somebody has to come and draw you a picture like this. How does that make
Oh
sense? That
yeah,
something has an orbit like that. Orbit.
What about this doesn't make sense to you?
it's not a circle. Like I don't.
None of them are circles.
Yeah, I know this, and you know this, but
He doesn't believe they're even in
no,
space though. Like he doesn't even
it's
believe that. He
right.
doesn't
Oh
believe
yeah, they're not
like
even in space because that would silly talk.
like in the metaphor of this paper, he doesn't believe the paper. In the metaphor of this picture, he doesn't believe that the paper that image is like printed on exists.
Right.
Like he,
Well, I
he
mean,
thinks he.
because for a comet, an interstellar body to come from deep space and return, like it. How is that possible? It'd be like how do you catch Loch Ness, which he probably believes.
So
Well,
the Pope was right to keep that Galilei guy locked up under house arrest because
I
of
don't.
his
I don't know why he let him live.
heretical
We
stuff.
had him dead to rights. Like he was about to die. Just let him off scot free and home arrest.
yeah. There's apparently I should find this and if I ever make content, maybe do like a response to it or something. Um, there's this there's apparently a channel who has like YouTube videos and stuff, or has like published books saying like the church was right about Galileo and everything, and they're like
Hmm.
hardcore trad calf, and I'm like
Uh,
that seems like a fun angle, you know?
uh, My head hurts already just thinking about it. Like,
Orbital
all right, you have
mechanics is
fun with that.
such BS. They try to pretend like they can do the most spectacular, just any claim out of NASA. They have some of the most absurd claims. First, we're going to slingshot off of this, and then we're going to slingshot off of this, and then we're going to slingshot. They just totally jump the shark with this NASA stuff. It's just not believable.
Who is they?
They, they.
Is it because it's not NASA? Because NASA.
So,
No,
like, the
no,
Fonz is more real than fucking gravity is. I
Yeah,
mean, what
yeah.
is wrong
Yeah,
with
no,
this?
well, it's because Yes, it's
They, like the they with the capital T that signs all of our government shield checks. Those guys don't want him to know things.
well, he doesn't know things, so I mean, they're succeeding.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They dazzle people with science.
As they
And
do.
I guess that's worth pointing out here. People will be like, "Oh, well, you're using a computer," and I think that this computer stuff is fallen angel tech. That's being disclosed. That's just being brought to the public.
Yup. Yup.
Oh, in that case, he's satanic. He's using Satan to spread the word of God, which is great,
Yup.
I guess.
I don't know exactly why. Fallen angel tech.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
That's being disclosed. That's just being brought to the public. I don't know exactly why. I think maybe. So now I'm just throwing stuff out here. The beast could be this AI, internet. What do they call it? The cloud.
The thing that you're
Uh,
using to broadcast? Like, what the fuck? Really? Okay.
What?
There are
Not today, computers.
7,000 people are cheering this guy on.
Oh my God. Well, okay. I mean,
Well, he has a lot of hate watchers.
yeah,
Pretty much
I
the-
might subscribe to
yeah,
Hey
yeah,
Watch
look,
this
look.
guy. Like,
No. Look, I'm gonna spray you with holy water if you keep threatening to sub to idiots.
you're a woman. You can't spray me with holy water.
Okay, fair.
Anyways, this crazy AI system. I
Depends
don't
on
believe
your
that humans
kink.
came
Do I have to get it? No, I won't get it.
up with computers after horse and buggy within just like a couple hundred years. No, this is some crazy stuff.
There's no way we could go from horse and buggy to computers. Therefore, it's fallen
Yeah, because-
angels.
Right.
Has
No,
this guy
that
ever
was the
taken an
logical
airplane anywhere?
that was the logical trajectory. One day we were fucking around with horses and buggies, and the next thing you know, Maya walks out of her house with a brand new HP
With an
laptop.
iPad.
Right. Because that was the logical succession, or the succession, linear succession that happened there. Like, oh my God. He's like,
Yeah.
there's no way he understands or believes in evolution, but I mean, he's about as bad as like when they're like, oh, do you believe we're just fish? Like,
I mean, I gotta say, I think this is like an order of magnitude at least worse than that. But when you take a number that's very close to zero and you make it smaller, it's still very close to zero.
And
true.
I've taken some computer classes, and it's funny when the
He has taken some computer classes. That is potentially the most unbelievable thing that he has stated.
Yeah. No, I need to see. I need receipts for that. I want to see
tries
the
to explain how
class with a higher than an F grade.
Yup.
computer work, they have no idea. They have no idea how this stuff works, and they blinded us with science.
Well, they
And it
certainly
really
weren't
is,
able
they
to
say,
teach you how it works.
Blinded
sufficiently
us.
advanced technology. You can't
Wow.
They blinded us with science. Dude,
No, just put in 80s songs now. That's awesome.
discern it from magic.
Hold on.
Sufficiently advanced technology. You can't discern it from magic.
Yup. His conclusion is therefore that it is literally magic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he took exactly the wrong conclusion that you're supposed to draw from that quote, which is, I think, a
What?
good one, honestly.
You're acting like magic isn't real.
Yeah, yeah, because I'm a scientist and I like scientism.
You're a government show. Look, look, magic is real and so is the devil. It because not that you can see that any of that either, but
No,
obviously.
no, I spent too much time reading the books, and he spent too much time, I don't know, huffing paint and drinking gasoline. Leaded gasoline.
Yeah.
And leaded paint. Huffing leaded paint. So, yeah. A lot of lead in this guy's system.
Yeah.
Right, so
It's very
yeah.
strange.
That might
All this
actually be
technology that we
true.
have just in our hands, everybody.
Right?
But we
He
don't
ate
really question
paint
it.
chips as a child.
Yeah.
So here they're just throwing out a bunch of numbers, roughly 2,533 years. I mean, do you really think that they know this thing?
What?
I don't know.
Well, I mean,
Are they just doing a
maybe
33? And they love to take
33,
every
that's-
opportunity they can to
Is there
push their
something
agendas.
that I'm missing
The
about the number
estimated
33?
probability of this
I
striking
forgot what it is. Well, there's I can't remember what the what's the numerological nonsense of 33. So, I mean,
Okay.
33 is ostensibly the year that Jesus was crucified and the age that he was crucified. That's one thing. But
There are-
Aren't you 33?
I'm
There are
30,
33
I'm
words
31.
on the
Ah.
back of a bottle of Rolling Rock from Old Latrobe, Pennsylvania. I know that. That's why 33 is on the front of a bottle of
Yeah.
Rolling Rock. That's
It's a
about
weird
the only
reason.
significance of 30. Well, then there's 33 and a third, of course, which was the RPM of
Yeah.
And
your long playing
chat,
record.
feel free to help us out here.
Yeah,
Like, I don't
but
know. This guy seems
this
to
is the
think that
thing.
33 is a big thing.
33 is like a number that has like significance to people like this at rates higher than just like random numbers. Like 612 is not a number that anybody, to my knowledge, has any conspiracy theories about. Except for me. I'm going to name my first child just the numeral 612 as part of a really, really unethical experiment. It's going to be great.
Go for broke. Go for broke.
Yeah.
Name it
Yeah.
1024. I'll make that,
Oh.
that work. You know?
Holy shit, Google is a wealth of information. I don't know if any of this is relevant. Number 33 is a master number / master teacher and resonates with the energies of
Oh.
compassion,
It is the top-
blessings, inspiration.
Hey,
Huh?
Sorry. It is the very top layer. It's the very, very top degree Mason. Is 33 degree Mason.
Ah.
Is definitely a thing that he would care about.
Yeah, he would. There are many secret meanings within the angelic number 33 that can help change your love life, personal life, professional life, as well as maintain a healthy state of mind. Maintain a healthy state of mind. 3 is a sacred masonry number. Yeah, no, I think it's always going to come back to the Masons.
Yeah. Oh man, some of his other videos, they're just full of stuff about the Masons.
Oh, for
well,
fuck's
and the
sake.
Illuminati,
Okay, I think we
do
know
they get
it.
in there too? It's whatever.
What?
Um,
I maybe I heard him talk about Illuminati once today,
Cool.
but mostly it was the Masons.
Earth
okay, yeah.
and future passages.
I
through.
think I know where we are
If these
now.
comet things are so rare,
Yeah.
which they are extremely rare. This is, I don't know if I remember seeing the Haley whatever comet in my youth. I honestly don't remember. But so this would be like the second comet that I've ever
Probably
seen.
didn't.
And yet this is
'cause
their
you weren't
explanation.
Born. Hale Bopp
was-
was what in the 70s. Halley's Comet
No,
came back in the 70s, I think.
No,
No,
that was like
one of them-
86
one of them
or-
was in the
86 or
90s.
87.
I thought one of them was in the early 90s or something.
Well, I know Halley's. I remember seeing Halley's Comet. That was either 86 or 87.
I'm
Hale
pretty
Bopp.
sure. I'm pretty sure Hale Bob was the one that the Heaven's Gate cult killed themselves.
It
over.
was indeed the one where Bo and Peep or Bo and Joe or whatever the hell
Yeah.
those people were that went up
and
there.
they had a
that
website,
was
Yeah,
which they
did.
still have, I believe.
97. Was it 97?
Can I pull it up?
Yeah, please. Because I'm seeing a lot of dates here.
Oh, it was Doe and T. Because they named themselves after musical notation of some nature.
So here's Heaven's Gate website,
Hmm.
and yeah, so it's maintained by some of the people who are like still alive, and Heaven's Gate is messed
Okay.
up.
Hale-Bopp was last seen in 97. Halley's Comet was in 86.
Okay.
Ikea was 65, or however you pronounce that. And Lovejoy was 2011.
Shoemaker Levy hit
Oh,
Jupiter.
yeah.
I know that.
I remember that. I actually watched a video of, I don't know, something, what it would have looked like. And it's pretty cool. But
Cool.
I'm sure if we had actually caught it on camera, that would have been a lie because they don't
Yeah.
exist.
Yeah. Oh man. And
None
you
of these
think
exist. We're talking
honestly, I
about
think
things that NASA made up.
yeah. Nowadays, I think we would have caught it because I think they didn't like maybe. Well, it depends on what side of
Well,
Jupiter it was on, I guess. But
Clara's
yeah.
going wild in the chat with the Bohemian Rhapsody stuff, which I think is that's cool.
yeah.
Why?
For where water comes from, they love to just spin this tail and weave a web.
I don't.
They love to interlock all their things together. Oh, now this comet event is supposed to be what causes all the water to get on Earth. That doesn't make any sense.
I mean,
There would
it
have to be
could
so many
make
of these
some
things flying
sense,
around.
but I don't know if we have
So
any
they love to talk about,
particularly
oh,
firm conclusions on where all the water came from. But there's a lot
It
of water
came
around.
from
It's a pretty common
God.
stuff. It came from
Yeah.
the fountains of the great deep and the windows of heaven.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when God opened them and killed all the people because he is so omniscient, he didn't see how evil we would be.
Yeah.
These things might smash into Earth, guys.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully not.
This was really interesting. I didn't know this, but apparently there's a lot of comets, which to me it looks like light shining through water, like a flashlight. It's like there's a pinprick hole in the firmament, optically, not like a real one. You can't get past the firmament. But anyways, it looks like there's just a little
Where?
hole that's letting light.
Yeah,
Maybe
see?
it's like reflect.
He was like, maybe it's a pinprick through the firmament, but you can't get. Wait, hold on.
Where does the light outside the firmament come from?
Heaven.
Okay.
I mean, I assume. I don't know. Maybe it comes from inside the firmament. Maybe we got periodic boundary conditions all up in that bitch.
No, the firmament is the boundary between heaven and earth. So
Yeah, but
it comes from heaven.
w-
Well,
what
the
if
first heaven or something like that.
what if you came out through the firmament and you just like came out through a hole in the great deep?
No, the
And it's
great
just a
deep
loop.
the great deep is below us. It separates us from hell.
Yeah, but I'm saying what if the entire universe is just a big tube that wraps around on itself? Okay? You know?
The actual universe? There's actually more data to confirm that than anything he said.
Yeah, the universe is just like it's just bending over and just tossing its own salad. That's what's going on here.
Well, maybe not that.
Well, I think this guy's tossing his own salad, that's for sure.
That could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frankly,
I
that'd
think
be more
that.
impressive. He could start an OnlyFans and everything.
Light somehow from the sun that's just coming through like a hole comes through, like light comes through a hole, you know? That's what it looks like. That's what a lot of the stars look like. It looks like just light shining through a pinprick hole. But anyways, apparently there's a lot of these objects really close to the sun, which doesn't make any sense. If a ball of ice was really close to the sun, it would just melt and break into pieces instantly. But allegedly, how long?
What do you think the sun is? Like
Oh, no.
like
Well,
Not that
first of
he's-
all, I want to tell you, what is this? Up until the 1880s, it was thought that all bright comets near the sun were the repeated return of a single sun-grazing comet. That's not true.
Yeah.
I mean, Edmund Halley lived in the 17 fucking hundreds. And he identified that one comet, calculated the orbit, and predicted when it would come back.
Yeah.
Yep. That's
According to Newton's laws of gravity. I mean, it was like, no, that's not true. Up until the 1880s, no,
I
yeah, no.
that's
okay. So
garbage.
uh, one thing that is true, he does not believe in facts or looking shit up. He does believe in assertions and believing them whole cloth without more evidence
Well, yeah, but I
or
mean,
any evidence. I don't think he believes in evidence.
he's reading from a source right here.
Hmm.
To be very generous with the term source,
Hmm.
this could be somebody who's mistaken about this. Um,
Mm,
where does he get this stuff though? I would love to
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
Long
I
has
mean, is
our
he the
solar system.
source? This is a good, I mean, this is a good question,
Well,
though,
yeah, but
right?
then can he write? Do you think he can write?
He
I'm
could
not. I'm
read. I mean, he clearly read. So
the two. One does not necessarily imply the other.
sure.
I've known people who could read but couldn't really write.
Yeah. I mean, no, no, no. I mean that we do have. Yeah, that's been well documented throughout history that there were people that could do one but not the other. But in the year of his Lord, 2023, I'm pretty sure he can correlate that, this G here will make, when I press it, will make a G on the screen here. And then I can read it to other idiots.
Maybe, especially if he's a Poe. He could be a Poe.
He could be a Poe. And this
System,
could be
which, oh my gosh, these
something he typed.
It could be,
I'm
but
just
I mean,
saying. I
it,
mean,
it looks like a
apparently we
Wikipedia
don't need
article.
evidence. We don't need evidence anymore. We can just boldly assert things without evidence.
Yeah,
I believe he is his own source, like in a Tangelo.
that's true. I love me some Otangelo.
He doesn't get a lot of love around here.
Stephanie, just that look was hilarious.
Like I don't even want to know what she. I don't even want to see her face.
words, I just hate them. They just trigger me every time I hear them now. How long is our solar system supposed to have been around, and yet you're telling me that there's still these little ice chunks that are orbiting really close to the sun? That doesn't make sense. You can't have a system with a really hot object, and then you have a little tiny little ice fleck, and it's right next to that hot object for how many millions of years? Doesn't make sense. It's because NASA Outer Space Fantasyland doesn't make sense. Comets aren't ice chunks. The sun just clearly isn't a ball. It's a disk. It looks exactly like when you look through a microscope, whatever you're looking at looks like a
Ooh,
disk.
flat
That doesn't mean
sun
that whatever.
too.
Yup. Wow, that's actually remarkably stupid. Like
Ugh.
that paints you into a corner because then why don't we ever see it looking like anything other than just a disc? The only thing that looks round from every angle that you look at it is a sphere. I think that
Wow.
I that's
I,
actually the type
I,
of statement that seems obviously true, but
right. Like
I don't actually want to say for sure is true.
I might be able to go there with you. I don't. I can't. He's like, I don't know. I haven't seen every shape there could be, but like it seems obviously true.
Yeah, it also
Wow.
seems obviously true that there's no way to turn a sphere inside out without creasing any of its
Right.
surface, and you
Yes,
can.
I have tried to do that, and
Yeah, but
I've seen computer generated
yeah, it,
things where it's just like where it like stops you, and I'm like, okay, fine.
yeah,
So I don't know how. I don't know. It seems like the sun is a sphere, but I mean, I was
um,
under the impression that the Earth was observably round, and he disagrees with me on that too. So
yeah. No,
With
this guy.
the moon in the sky like a big pizza pie, that's amore. Right, so there you go. Dean Martin shows us that the moon itself is flat like a pizza pie too.
Yup.
sure, why not? The Earth is flat, the sun is flat, the moon is flat. I mean that would track. How thick is the flat sun? I'm pretty sure we're never gonna know. We have no idea anything about like. Wait, I think somebody did give us distance. once. But
Yeah.
but the
I
sun and the
mean,
moon, and all I know is that however big they are, they're the same size.
that's the P-Town argument, which he is getting to, I believe. Maybe not.
We're
That
not
might have
very.
been a different
I don't
video.
know.
He definitely makes the P-Town argument in favor of God, though.
Oh
Whatever
God, really?
object it is a disk.
Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe the sun is a disk, I don't know. But the sun is not a ball of gas. If what NASA told us was real, when you look at the sun in the sky, it wouldn't have a discernible edge. It would be smudgy. It would be just a really bright spot in the sky that slowly the edge faded out. Anyways, there.
Wow. Wow. That's like saying clouds can't have edges. Like, that's what,
The coronasphere, and there's
yeah,
that part too.
yeah, but like I know what he means, and like
I
it's.
know what he means too.
Oh, it's a ball of gaseous plasma, Mark. Gaseous plasma. Let me say it slowly.
There's so much that you could talk about why NASA doesn't match reality. So I'll just leave it at that for now. Sun grazing
Please
comets.
do.
That's an oxymoron. How is that a real thing? How do you have a sun grazing comet? So there you go. If you want to just debunk comets, just go research sun grazing comets because that doesn't make any
How do
sense.
you have a
How do you have a
sun
tiny,
grazing
tiny
comet?
ice thing?
Very carefully.
Tiny ice thing.
Is a tiny ice thing.
Because melting happens instantly, and water does not have an enormous amount of specific heat, and a comet can't possibly lose a percent of its mass
Look, no, he
and
already said
like
it.
have it
You
not
can't.
be.
Yeah, it can't be ice because. And then he's no. Yeah, I think it was just that.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
obviously
Oh yeah,
it's.
Gur doesn't know. Hey, Gur, if you're still here, because I know you probably saw like numbers, which reminded you of math, and then you got bored and either passed out or fell asleep or ran off. But if you're still here, we are discovering how comets are not real today.
We're covering Hans Wormhat. Are you
Hmm.
familiar with Hans Wormhat? Because you, I'll co- we, you should
Sadly,
cover
I am now.
Gert, you should cover Hans Wormhat on your channel. I think you'll have a blast. He has some more overtly religious like comments, or videos.
Oh, wait a minute, Gur's still here. Oh, we kept him awake. Ah.
Woo!
And yeah, no, you should. You know what? You would like Sir Sick. Sir Sick did a thing with him, and
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is right.
A few different videos, I
Yeah,
think.
that is a Gur type video.
Yeah, yeah.
And
It was
it's
actually.
mostly him talking about how koalas are not real.
Yeah,
Wait,
which
yeah, that was a
we will
koala
do.
video.
We're gonna do that in a future week. We're gonna have to do some of the animals or fake ones because that's sort of
All
Hans
right.
Wormhat's specialty.
Okay, fine. If you can find me a
Well, we'll have to do it when Bree's here because
oh
you know.
yeah, that would be great. Yeah, because Bree is the one that wanted to do.
Oh yeah, that would make
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. So. No, well, I told you about that messenger guy, Gur, and you had a great stream reacting to that dude. So I feel like I'm one for one with good
Yeah,
recommendations.
yeah. This guy is good. So like Sir Sick, Logic, um, oh who the fuck else? Somebody else. I just watched. Oh, Dan, Simon and Dan. Like they've all like done videos on this guy, and I watched all of them. And this
Planar Walk might
never,
have.
I've
Even
never
maybe
seen
not.
this guy cross their. I don't know. Maybe I just don't watch enough. I don't know, or maybe it was just too much stupid, and my brain was like, okay, we're just not going to remember that.
So, this guy, Mr.
Hold
Worm,
on, you were cutting out for a moment there.
Me
Sorry.
or
Mr.
Steph?
Go.
Me?
Mr.
Go.
Worm, Mr.
You're fine.
Wormhat guy. is going is basically saying, oh, comets can't be real because they'd evaporate if they came that close to the sun. And in this paragraph, most of these objects vaporized during the close
Oh, well,
approach. Like, whoa, come on, dude.
Trojan source. Yep.
That's really, really close to the sun. It would just evaporate instantly. It'd be gone. It wouldn't be here right now because, allegedly, according to them, the solar system's been around for millions of years. So how do you have a tiny little ice chunk right next to the sun millions of years later, allegedly? Well, you don't, because it's BS. You don't live.
That's true. You don't.
Yeah, if I
You
took a
don't
piece of
because
ice-
they vaporize.
No, look, you don't
And they're
understand.
moving the entire time. It's like, what are
So
you talking about?
what he has knowledge of, like an ice cube in his freezer, and in his mind, he would just walk it up to the sun, which he couldn't do because it would evaporate on the way. So therefore, the ice cube in my freezer cannot be a comet. Checkmate, atheist. I mean, scientist.
Yep.
In this glass of
Jen,
yeah,
I would love it.
Bombay
If she was just
gin.
like,
There are you
like-
can notice there's an
Ah.
ice cube. See the ice cubes? Here's an ice cube.
yeah.
This ice cube is close to the moon. Oops, sorry. It's close to the moon.
The
And
lemon
it's
is
very,
the
very
sun.
full. It's very, very. You notice that it's
very, very
maintaining
full.
its shape and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Uh huh. Uh huh. But the lemon.
This ice cube. Oh wait, this ice cube over here is close to the sun.
Ah,
The lemon there, and it's much smaller.
it's much
Yeah.
smaller.
See,
Oh.
because lemons
See?
are yellow and the sun is
QED.
yellow. Therefore, the sun is lemons.
And the moon is green cheese.
Yup.
Of course. All right. Now prove how gravity isn't real, because I think I watched a whole video on him disproving gravity, which is
Really?
yeah.
I'd
yeah.
like if he jumped off a tall building.
Gravity test.
Oh no. See, he would hit the ground because your body is not as buoyant as the
Yeah.
air, because
It's
that makes
denser
sense.
because density and buoyancy is why things fall.
Yeah.
Which, like, I mean, isn't like wrong, but like is not right.
Oh, no, it's
Usefully
totally
right.
not right. Yeah. I mean, because if gravity were real, you'd be able to feel it. Therefore, it's not. And that's how things work.
Yup.
No, yeah, there's a lot of
First
stupid to
baseline.
come up with this one video.
Yup.
Near
Okay, hold on. Maybe he's gonna get to it. Maybe. Hold on. What if he gets to that and he's like, you know what? Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe he's gonna spend the next 12 minutes of his video. All
right. Dr. Tapiocaweasel is having like a mental breakdown right now. He needs to like work that out. I'm gonna wait until he stops talking and then bring him back in and see if he's. No, he's still having a mental break.
I'm doing fine.
there.
I swear I can quit anytime.
We're just gonna. Hey, let's see. Are you feeling better, Doctor?
I'm fine.
Can we move on? Because this is getting the worms are getting to my brain now.
Here's what I was kind of referencing earlier with the sodium tail. I don't know. Maybe there is something about sodium something, but it has nothing to do with NASA land. And unfortunately, the gatekeepers are all at the top. Normal, regular people aren't going to be able to have access to the top-of-the-line instruments that these NASA
That's kind
fraudsters
of
get.
cool.
So it's not fair. It's a rigged game. That's it.
It's
Normal,
not fair.
natural humans, we just have to...
I want big fancy telescopes, but I will go through none of the steps that are required to get access to big fancy telescopes. Therefore, it is not fair. I mean,
Also, sometimes women be smart and fuck that shit.
but gotta punch me in the face. That's what you
I
gotta
punch
do.
him in the face. Like, holy shit.
And they've
Yeah,
got
it
that floaty hair going on too.
It was so
That's always
violent.
scary.
We have to do our best to to have our own ideas about what these things are. We don't even have access to the type of instruments that they have access to. And so, yeah, there's probably
Depends on which type of instruments you mean.
a grain of truth to what they're saying, but
If you mean a brain, then I agree with you. You don't seem to have access to one of those.
as far as the whole NASA story, if somebody's presenting you an idea that's in that land, you just know it's flat out wrong.
Buddy, go to the
Third
fucking Catholic Church, or go to one of your mega churches or something. Ask them to give you, I don't know, a couple $1,000,000 or something, and to fund your research that way. For crying out loud, you've got, what do you want? You've already got the creation foundations and all of that stuff. Come on now.
I don't think this guy goes to church. I think he views all of those as like fallen churches that. Well, he is the only right person in his mind.
This is true.
So, yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, it's a problem.
type of tale. Okay. This was just kind of a fantastical story. Carolyn Shoemaker and her husband Gene, both famous for co-discovering Comet Shoemaker Levy 9, were involved in a car crash after photographing the comet. Gene died in the crash, and his ashes were sent to the moon. The moon is also a disk. It's a light in the sky. You can't land there.
Oh my God, you're right.
Firmament, and all these objects are up past the firmament. And I believe that the firmament is an optical device, just like how a microscope.
Now he believes the firmament is an optical device, just like how a microscope something, because I cut him off.
When you look inside a
Really?
microscope, you see an image, but you're not looking directly at the thing. You're seeing a projected image from all the lenses.
What?
Your point?
Oh. No. This is a UFO. This is a spaceship. Is he gonna say that this is comets? Because aliens is always the answer.
Well, I mean,
Like,
it's
and we can't have
clearly aliens.
Right.
No,
because
this
we can't
is
have-
Shoemaker.
If there's no
so,
outer space, there cannot be aliens. So
So-
that's how we know that outer space is real.
So the shill script. Hold on, where is it? Let me just find that over. The shill script would like me to say that this is going to be the remains of Comet Shoemaker Levy as it was torn apart by tidal forces while approaching Jupiter or something like that. That's probably what's going to happen.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I do
So
like my
there's this
shots.
thing about comets around
totally
Jupiter.
a comet.
Okay, was I right?
So there's this thing about comets around Jupiter. How are these things getting lit up so that we can see them? How is a tiny little speck out by Jupiter getting lit up?
What?
Jupiter's not producing.
Oh wow. All right.
Uh,
All right. I mean,
Light can't travel that far. It's too far away.
no. Light never travels.
Like the sun, yeah. Well, because the sun is a spotlight, so how could the light get all the way over there?
Producing its own light, allegedly.
Oh God.
But so I don't know. I don't know what this is. Very interesting, but it's certainly not ice chunks. There's Jupiter orbiting comets. Here we had another 33. Orbit is just another word I hate. There's just no such thing as gravity. Gravity's not real. Density and buoyancy, that's why things go down, not gravity.
Oh, I hate that so much.
I just thought this was... I don't know. See, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Jupiter looks like some sort of fluid to me. Jupiter reminds me
I
of
mean, so to be fair,
microscopic images.
to be fair, the part of Jupiter that you can see is a sort of fluid. Gases and liquids and plasmas are all fluids. Fluids are things that flow, and gases flow.
Okay.
Of like a
No, but
biological organism.
Hole in the sky that
It
God
also-
put there. That
Yeah, and
projects the light from heaven.
And the Great Red Spot
Mhm.
is a portal to hell.
Probably.
I mean,
Yeah, fuck it, why not?
the username checks out, right? So, Great Red Spot, I think. It's
Oh,
scary.
Portal to Hell. Yeah, I think I saw them in the 80s.
And it's communist too.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know what I'm talking about? The slides, like the medical slides, when they're looking at something organic. But it kind of also looks like a thing of coffee that somebody dumped creamer in it. I don't know what Jupiter is. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with saying I don't know.
What?
We-
Truest words you've said all evening.
Just had some interesting numbers here. 733 when fragment G.
See? 33 again. You gotta
G
keep an
for
eye out.
like 7, masonry. 733.
Oh my
Waves.
fucking word!
They
You're
talked about
right.
the waves,
Oh
which made me think
no!
water, of
Oh
course.
no!
I told you.
Mason's you know what? We have got to do a bingo card next. No,
Yeah,
seriously,
I'm sorry.
Mason's for the win. Holy shit!
For the record, we're at the part of the video that I did not see earlier today.
Yeah,
So-
7:33.
I was
Yeah,
listening while I was doing
UTC.
it.
Well, buddy, in your time zone, I don't know what that. The guy's maybe in Omaha or something. That's not the same time as it was, but you know, hey, whatever.
Yep. Oh man.
The collisions generated enormous waves. One of the surprises of the impacts was the small amount of water revealed compared to prior predictions. And, yep. Some predictions. So when they saw these, what they call comets, when they saw these comets that crashed into Jupiter, I don't know. They're making too many assumptions. Prove it. Prove that these are even physical objects. Maybe it's all electrical. People have pointed out the moon, what they call craters on the moon. They're clearly not impact craters. They don't go deep, and they look like corrosion. Maybe people have pointed out maybe
No, none of that is right. Everything he just said is
Wow.
bullshit.
the sun and the moon, it's like giant battery stuff. I don't know. But I love
Well, he's a wait. He's saying the moon is a disk, but that's a hollow moon theory.
It's a disc with erosion, and it's also a light, though. This guy has no idea what he thinks the moon is.
It's a
I mean,
disk, though.
he lacks a basic understanding of physics.
He's not even able to, like... He lacks basic, like... object permanence
Folds
skills.
in the folds. He's lacking a few
Yeah.
folds up here in the agreement. It's like
he probably found a koala and like replaced his brain with a koala brain. Because the thing about koalas, and if you don't know this, go and watch some casual geographic video about koalas. Koalas are dumb. They are smooth-brained animals. Literally, they are very, very, very dumb creatures. It's hilarious how dumb they are.
I think he's a koala.
Yeah, I held a koala once. It was adorable.
hearing theories like that more than I like hearing about NASA stuff, which I just know is wrong and is a bunch of CGI BS. But anyways, it's just funny the type of ridiculous stuff that they'll predict, and then they'll just shove it under the rug. So there were some predictions that the comets would penetrate a layer of water and create a bluish
I
shroud
never
over
heard
that
that.
region of Jupiter.
But
how are they
Interesting ideas.
shoving it under the
Astronomers
rock
did not observe
when you're fucking reading them?
because that's how victim mentality works.
large amounts of water following the collisions. Okay, so then what is it? This was just more. I just wanted to show to you that they don't know what's going on. They don't know.
Oh God.
Counterintuitively, the atmospheric temperature dropped to normal levels much more quickly at the larger impact sites than at the smaller sites. Science is full of counterintuitive stuff. They still don't know why bikes stay up when people are riding bikes.
That's
It's
not true.
Conservation.
What?
That's... Hold on. I think he's even about to say why it is.
I've heard
They
they don't know
why kites stay up. Is that what he said?
Bikes.
Bike.
Bicycles.
Yeah.
Bike. Oh, why? What?
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
What?
So,
Yeah.
to be fair, it's actually a more subtle thing than you would originally expect. But the coarse-grained answer, zooming out and not going into the specifics, is conservation of angular momentum, which I think he's literally in the process of saying. Let's check.
Of angular momentum. They've tested for these different
See?
things.
I
what
interrupted
did he
him
say?
halfway through. He said "servation of angular momentum" because I interrupted him when he was saying "conser."
Oh,
When people are riding bikes.
I have no
See,
idea
it's
what's
not-
going on.
conservation of angular momentum. They've solar sites.
Hold on.
Science is full of counterintuitive stuff. They still don't know why bikes stay up when people are riding bikes.
Not true.
It's not conservation of angular momentum. They've tested for these different things, and
It is that is like the thing that is at work. It's also
Oh, this is
specifics
horrible.
about the kinematics, about how the wheels work and everything. I had a friend who did his Comps 2 project for his PhD on how bikes stay up. And it's actually a vibrant area of research, but not because we have no idea. Because the problem is mathematically and physically interesting on several levels.
No, yeah, which is cool. Like you can read about it. I mean, if that's the
Yeah.
thing you do. But I mean, it's kind of weird, like what he's doing here. And it reminds me of, and I've forgotten about this because anything having to do with, let's just call him Barkins. Um, and
Mm-hmm.
Jefferson Spatchcock yesterday did a thing where he redid a talk between him and the raging atheist, or call him Knock because I don't know, he's a Buddhist or raging Buddhist. I don't know what he is now, but
Knox, I think, is
let's
about
call him
right.
Knock. Yeah, I don't know where to like direct people to, but yeah, Rage and Barth were having a conversation, and like the whole thing was like you don't, give me a reason, or you don't have a rational reason for your beliefs, and he's like, I do. And like, what is it? I haven't seen evidence. That's a non sequitur. Like, and then
What? Yeah.
give me a real reason. I have a reason. What's the reason? That's a non sequitur. And I'm like, and it feels like that's kind of what he's doing here, where it's like they don't know what it is. They'll tell you it's the thing that it actually is, but it's not. They can't tell you what it actually, and he just keeps doing this all
Yeah.
throughout the,
Yeah. It's the same playbook that they all use.
yeah. It's just
they
interesting
still don't know
because
why.
like it reminds me of the same thing, and then I'm like, oh, they're probably both evangelical idiots. So that tracks.
Bikes stand up when they're going. And yet people think that they can tell you down to the degree what something on Jupiter is and how far away it is and how big it is, and just from looking at light. And
I, depending on what you're looking at, you can tell a lot of information just from looking at light. For the record, light is the only thing you ever look at. So, I mean, I don't know what you're
Oh
trying
no, yeah,
to
Wait,
no.
get
You
around, but that's
actually no. Listen to me. You have to have wrinkles in your brain to understand that concept.
I could go put some wrinkles in his brain.
Don't do that. He's not a woman.
Are you looking at light, or is light looking at you? Really is, Dr. Weasel.
Well, the self is an illusion, so neither.
All right.
Yeah.
I think that's a
Moving
big
on.
mocking thing. All this stuff is light. And all of the claims that they make about NASA Outer Spaceland, all they're doing is observing light. Do you really think that they can gather this much information from observing light?
Yes,
That's
I do.
all they're doing, observing light.
Oh my god.
And it
How
reminds
does
me
the
of the
wormy
Plato cave
guy
allegory,
here
seeing
observe
the
anything
flame, the
without
light.
light?
I mean, he can touch things and he can hear things and smell
Okay.
things, but like your point still stands. There's a lot of things that he knows because he can see them. You can tell how hot something is. You can tell which part of the fire is hottest by looking at it, right? Your eyes aren't a thermometer. Like it.
From red, correct me if I'm wrong, from red to
It's
white to blue.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
funny how that. It's funny how when people talk about degrees Kelvin, and when you're talking about light, that white light is like 5,000 Kelvin or so, right?
It's
5,000,
whatever the sun
6,000
is,
Kelvin. Yeah,
basically.
yeah. Yeah. We do know temperature from light.
Yeah, and what we visually
Pretty good.
perceive as white is also a convention that is dependent on our biology, right? Like the reason the sun is really white more than it is like yellow, although I mean, if you had to choose a color, it would be yellow. That wasn't
Yes.
white, if you don't count white. But I mean, it's because we evolved so that the big source of light has all the colors like in it that we can see. So
And
it's just white.
being Pride Month, Dr. Tapiocaweasel, I have to congratulate our Lord and Savior Isaac Newton for inventing gay people.
Cheers to Newton.
On the cave wall, they're selling you a story with light, and if you go use your eyes and you just think for yourself, you will never come to the same conclusion as them because it's just so obviously wrong. This just seemed fantastical though. At smaller sites, temperatures 18 degrees Fahrenheit higher than the surroundings persist. Do you really think that they can tell you within 18 degrees what
Yes.
some giant gas ball super
Yes.
far away? And that's just to me where
Yes,
I
I
don't know,
do.
maybe there
Yes, I do because black body radiation.
is some reality to what they're telling us with maybe those spots did get hotter, but it's not a giant gas ball super far away, because if it was a giant gas ball super far away, you wouldn't be able to tell the temperature difference of 18 degrees by just observing it from Earth. That's BS.
Why?
So they contradict themselves all the time.
That's
They're just the system.
Nothing about that is contradictory. You're just an idiot.
Yeah, that's a simple explanation.
What do you call it? Stephanie. Clara would like more.
Oh, because of the prism, the rainbow and all of that stuff. It's like Pink Floyd being all of a sudden all kinds of gay.
Well,
when 50 years ago they published an album called "The Dark Side of the Moon" with a prism on the top, and everybody on all the homophobes on Twitter lost their goddamn minds because it's a rainbow, my god. And how Christians are saying, oh no, it's not Pride Month, it's Covenant Month because the rainbow,
I was
gay
about
people
to say
stole the fucking rainbow from
Yeah.
God.
Oh, I hate that.
No.
God celebrated
like
Pride Month. The flood ended in June, apparently.
Yes, apparently.
No, yeah, I love all the idiots. Like, I'm not gonna let gay people take all the colors. Like, you're just uniquely stupid.
It doesn't make any sense. They are NASA Outer Space Land System, but they might be hiding glimpses of truth in there. Maybe the temperature did go up at those sites. I don't know. This was really interesting. Exactly 15 years after the alleged impacts, a new black spot about the size of... See, ridiculous claims like this about the size of the Pacific Ocean. How could you corroborate something like that? These claims are
with trigonometry.
Outrageous. Anyways, lots of interesting things. Scientists have concluded that another impact event had occurred, but what, they didn't notice it? There was an impact, but they just didn't see it this time? How does that work?
What?
By not seeing it. What do you
Jupiter
mean?
as a cosmic
How does it
vacuum
work?
cleaner. I picked this because they're going to take every opportunity. The extinction of the dinosaurs at the end of the Cretaceous, notice how they just state these things as if it's fact. There's no...
They also state that
No.
the Earth is round because it's a fact. You know,
Right.
and 20 years ago,
Yeah, I
I
mean-
could have made that point and been totally confident that the person I was responding to or about was not a flat earther. And now I'm literally responding to a flat earther.
Really? Okay. Yeah. They assert it like it's a fact because they are basing it off of all the fucking facts we've collected that pointed in this direction.
Couldn't have said
And
it better
that
myself.
you won't read. Like it. Like, and this is the whole thing where I'm just like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he can read. I
Yeah,
don't believe he will.
I
And like,
his ability to read has been demonstrated, I think, decently conclusively. Unless everything that the intonation and everything he's reading.
yeah, I mean, I don't think this is like we had one video where it was obviously like AI voice. I don't think this is AI voice, but like, holy shit.
Yeah. The man's special.
Good point, Mark. How about the dome? That is definitely there. You know, it's
Well,
like,
God
well,
said so.
Well,
yeah,
I
you
mean,
don't need to. You
and
don't need to believe any. You don't need to believe things just because people tell you that they're true.
I,
Except when they in the
but,
Bible.
but I have a book, you guys. I
Yeah.
have the Holy Bible right here,
When
and
in
and
the
it,
it's
and
Bible,
it,
fully a
and it
book.
says,
that's the deal.
it's. I
Yeah,
mean,
and it says things. There are definitely words in that book.
yeah.
Um,
And some of the words imply that there is a dome over the planet. So
yeah, and we would be able to see the dome if only fucking NASA would let us on the hills to look through their telescopes.
those bastards.
It's a tragedy.
They don't allow anybody to have any other opinion. Even though dinosaurs are so obviously fake,
Bro, you're here spewing your opinion all over everybody like it's a bad porno, okay?
dinosaurs are just as obviously fake as NASA Outer Spaceland is fake.
Oh, for
But
fuck's sake!
they're relentless. They
Really?
are
No,
relentless.
this is bad. This is bad. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't, we're probably going to make this 25-minute video go all of 2 hours,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
even Kent Hovind like acknowledges that there were dinosaurs. Like he why am I surprised? There aren't penguins. Why the fuck would there be
Yeah,
dinosaurs?
he doesn't believe that
None of this
chimps
happened.
are real, okay?
Right.
He
These
doesn't
things
believe
that
that
coincide alongside us are not real. Why would dinosaurs be?
anacondas. He doesn't believe anacondas are real. And that's just a big snake. Like, it's not a weird thing. Yeah, like one of those ones where it just keeps going and going and going. Like it's like the equivalent of a Tarantino movie when they like cut the blood and the blood just keeps going, except not with blood. That's what I'm talking about. Okay,
Morning, Beck.
when I say the bad porno.
So glad
Yeah.
you're having your evening coffee with me and Doc. Yeah, back on our not safe for work shit. And if you were trying to save some brain cells, yeah, you might want to catch those bitches because we are not in the world of reality today. We
No.
are there's no such thing as extinct animals, exotic animals. The earth is flat, the sun is flat, the moon is flat. Comets are fake. And
Computers are witchcraft and
yes.
possibly satanic because
Hmm.
they couldn't have been invented recently.
Yeah, no. It just
That
went from
that
horse
that
and buggy.
that's the sort of like
Linda
non
waves her
sequitur
magic
claim.
wand, computer, internet. Yeah. And that's
And
how that was a linear succession. I'm
and
sorry.
weightless women are witches.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Possibly any woman that's smarter than Hans here, but
Well, that would
we're just
be
happy that he's not punching all
pretty
women he
much
meets in the
everybody.
face.
And
Although he
there's no.
might be and just doing all this from his basement. I wouldn't take that away from him either.
Yeah. You shouldn't learn about things by looking at them. That's bad.
No, no.
No.
And you can't trust photographs except when they have bubbles in them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and the Masons are evil
Masons.
Illuminati 33ers. I don't know what
Yeah, I
some
don't know. Bill,
yeah,
33
but
reasons
if you
why
ever
the
see
Masons are bad.
33, what your mind should go immediately to Masons, demonic worship, and get the fuck out of there.
You know,
So
Jesus died when he was 33.
he did. Fucking
Jesus was
Masons.
a Mason.
Yeah. Or
I
something.
don't.
talking about their hoaxes. Anyways, I think I mostly said
Anyways,
what I wanted to say. Google today,
Thank
purple
God.
and orange are their team
fuck's
colors. Saturn is Satan. I got just a triangle right here.
That was out of nowhere. Saturn is Satan. Okay. What?
boy, purple rhymes with orange is going to have a lot to say about this little take.
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Why is not she here?
I mean,
Excellent question.
I got the children stuff. What I wanted to point out about this, notice how outer space stuff is children themed all the time. Even if outer space stuff is in some sort of
Rumors.
adult programming, it's still, it has the childish flair to it. I think that they're just mocking. Outer space is for kids, because you're supposed to grow up and realize that it's a big joke. It's a bunch of BS. You're not supposed to be gullible. Anyways, here's the person that Google was talking about today. Their name, Dylan. They're telling you, their name is Dylan.
Wow, really? You had what? Really, dude?
Wow.
Look at
God.
Your name is Worms. You know, I'm supposed to believe you.
Yeah. Mr. Wormhat? Wow.
it's children. It's for children. Dylan Ariert. Space is for children. Don't be deceived.
No. Hell is for
Just
children.
say no. No, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I don't believe you. No. It's not believable. It's really not believable. Don't be gullible.
Just say no. Nancy Reagan. Believe Nancy Reagan. Just say no. It's like
Oh my god, don't be gullible.
Man.
Oh my.
This is an unhealthy, like, fascination.
Oh, dude, hold up. We got a 3-3 here, and it's next to 2 6s. Nothing good can be coming of this. What is this? What is on screen? I didn't even hear his like words that led into it.
Oh no, maybe we should back up.
Oh no, this is he thinks that this is something like, is this the like NASA or thing? Like people think that the word NASA sounds like a Jewish word for like lie or something like that.
Well, phonetic is
Nasha.
Saba.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just end with this, because the Bible talks about it like host, the host of heaven. And some people believe that the stars are angels.
Oh, maybe
And
not.
I guess I will say, last night I did see a lot of star activity. But these days, I don't know. I think they have drones up there with lights on them. They're always flying helicopters.
Stars are fake. That's a bold take.
No, stars are fake. They're just lights in the sky. It's, it is known.
All over the place these days. But I have seen stars move. And it's really, I've just seen it very frequently these past few years, ever since I've been awake. And
But
Those are
I've seen stars
satellites, my
move.
dude.
I was gonna say that. I was just gonna say that. Like, holy shit. But I mean, there could be satellites in the sky. That's crazy talk. They're moving stars. And certainly not comets,
Ah, yep.
because that
it
would be
seems like
ice moving through the sky, and that can't happen because ice melts.
Yep.
every other month there's different signs in the stars in the sky. And I don't think it used to be like this. I think it's the end of days. Anyways, when I tried to look up host, it just seems like something that's being
We've got the
gate-packed.
end of days.
What are the host of heaven?
Clicking in
Right.
here.
Are they
Yeah.
alive? Are they angels? I don't know. But when you look up host, it doesn't really talk about the angel stuff. Saba, appointed, time, army, battle, company, host, service, waiting upon. But they don't really talk about stars.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't even want to engage.
I thought
I
this
don't
was
even know
interesting
what
though.
to say about
Muster.
this.
I don't often make
it's
the
just,
connection of muster.
I
this
He's-
is like his best non sequitur.
I don't even understand like vaguely what argument is being made right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
like
It's also word origin, a primitive root, and it doesn't understand what roots are in Semitic languages. Roots convey a variety of meanings that, depending on the way the consonants,
Yeah.
the consonantal roots, depending on the way the
Okay.
consonants are pointed, they convey variations on a theme. Which is why a lot of people don't understand that Adam is actually a pun
Mhm.
yeah.
on Aleph Dal Meme, which carries a lot of meanings. That red ochre is one, earth is one, earthling is another. It's also a name, but it's a pun.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a pun. It could literally be translated earthling.
Yeah. Like if you named your kid Tara or something like that, you know?
muster, like to muster an army, and then mustard is a
Or a mass of, like a mass of servants, like a host of
Yes.
angelic servant angels.
symbol that's used often in the Bible, like a grain of mustard that turns into a whole tree, or to muster an army. I think that's an interesting connection. So it does come, the whole idea of host does kind of come from this idea of to mass an army, the heavenly host.
And,
That's it for this
okay,
video.
what does
I
this
hope you
have
guys
to do with
enjoyed. God bless everyone.
comets? Oh, right,
I
because he
don't
thinks it's...
understand. Can somebody tie
Sorry.
any of this
By the way,
together
great
for
channel.
me?
You should watch this channel. It's a really good channel.
This is stupid.
You're stupid.
That's beside the point.
All right, well, Hans Wormhat just kind of ends it, kind of like how MFU just sort of begins it.
Right,
So,
right.
most of the
No,
time, at least.
he is hilarious. Just like in the he'll just like start talking, and then I don't know, the camera comes on at some point. I'm wondering if like he like hits, I don't know, maybe if it's like we're with us where he'll like start broadcast and he starts talking and then he doesn't realize that it hasn't actually started, and then like 3 minutes later.
Yeah. Yep. Professional streamers. That's what we are.
Professional streamers, I'm telling you. I can't believe my stream didn't crash. I am proud of it.
Done.
Yay.
There was
Hey.
only that one moment when I was like, you cut out, Maya, that
Mhm.
you like cut out for a moment, and then it came back, and I was like, never mind, go. So,
Yeah, sorry about
and that might
that.
have been me.
No, I think I cut Stephanie out because I'm like, wait, what? Huh? So I apologize. All right, Stephanie, who are you?
Yeah.
Where are you? And what do you have coming up this week?
Oh, I'm I'm me.
Yay.
I'm a sailmaker in the great state of Maine, and I have a YouTube channel, and
Are
I
you
don't do
YouTubing
a
this
help.
week?
I don't know if I will. I've got a lot of stuff going on, but I probably will throw something
Yeah,
up
it's
there.
prime sailing season, right?
Yeah, it is kind of. It
All
is
right,
kind of.
so everybody, please remember Stephanie is an award-winning sailor, and you had a great week. Something girl power, and
Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah. No accomplishment of mine, but in the collegiate nationals in sailing, uh, they U.S. Collegiate National Championship at Kings Point this year. Two teams from Stanford University were
Woo, go Stanford.
victorious in both the go. What are they? They're the Cardinals. The Stanford Cardinals were victorious in the A division and B division, and in team racing. All girls, all women. It was awesome.
beat
That's
the pants out of off those
yeah,
men.
just kicking rudder all over the place,
Go
and
Stanford.
it was very it was heartwarming. It's
Yeah.
one that made me feel really good.
Are you getting on the water this week?
Ah, yeah, I'll be racing Tuesday and Wednesday night,
Oh
and
my God, that's awesome. Let us know how it goes.
yeah, I'll let you know.
All right, all
Maybe
right.
somehow or another I'll figure out a way of recording the course language used in progressing
Well,
around. I race Tuesday nights. I race on Etchels, which are a uh, that 22 feet on the water line and 30-ish feet overall keelboat. And on Wednesday nights, I race on J24s, which are 24-foot keelboat. Both sloops, and they're different boats. One's really wide, one's really skinny, and it's just whatever. It's
Cool.
fun. And
that,
it's
How
yeah.
dangerous and it's really stupid. But
how far over do they like? Are they tilted normally when you're like going at speed?
it depends on the boat. I mean, you don't want the boat to tip over too far,
Yeah.
which is why you get
Yeah.
to which is why you get to be athletic and get
and
your
lean the other
ass,
way, right?
and yeah, you hike out over the rail,
Yeah.
yeah, it's they you know they they I would say angle of heel, ideal angle of heel, but J24s want to be sailed flat because they have a very efficient keel and a very fair hull form. So they want to be sailed very flat. Etchels want to be sailed with an angle of heel of maybe 12 degrees, 12 to 12 to 15 degrees, and they want to stay at a constant angle of heel. So you have to try to
Okay.
make
So
that
the
work.
picture on Wikipedia for Etchels is tilted way more than 12 degrees, I think.
Is it more than 12? I think it's yeah. It might be. It might be
It's
as much. It might be as much as it's kind of about like
it's like 30,
that.
20 maybe.
Maybe 20 degrees. I don't know.
Yeah, 20, not
We
quite.
don't have an
Because
inclinometer, but we know
yeah,
we
well,
know
because
it. We know what works when we
30
sail.
30 is the angle between 3 o'clock and 2 o'clock.
Yep.
So
Okay. Doc, who are you? Where are you? And what do you have coming up this week?
I'm Dr.Tapiocaweasel, also known as Michael Vandegraff. I don't have anything scheduled this week, but I actually did, for the very first time earlier today, I did a thing, and I recorded myself reacting to a video, and I did that because I told somebody that I would record a thing for them to include in the compilation, but I might also edit it and release it on my own channel. But it's about a flat Earth argument, so yeah. But
Interested, interested.
it's as we say in the business, straight trash, I'm sure, because it'll be my very first time ever doing anything if I actually finish, producing it, which I like probably won't, so don't get your hopes up. But
Now, you promised somebody that you would do a thing, plus,
I
the rest of
and I
the whole
did,
community. So,
but the concept, but for the video, the idea was specifically that I would record a thing and then I could send it to him and then he could edit it in, so I can still get out of this and be an honest person. or yeah, Topeka Weasel.
what's the pico?
You know what I have to do now? I have to make another sock puppet. I'm up to 4 sock puppets. Well, no,
Why?
this
For what
Topeka
it's
reason?
Weasel. What's
it's
the
a
matter
lot
with
of fun.
Kansas?
It's it's a lot of fun going on and arguing with myself as other weasels. And
Okay,
I don't
really
know,
quick.
it boosts engagement.
Question for Stephanie, I think here.
Hmm?
If you want a bigger angle, do you need a bigger boat?
No, no,
What if you want to
no. I
escape
mean,
from sharks?
like, you. It's complicated. Racing catamarans, for instance, what you want to try to do is have enough. Catamarans work differently than keelboats because the
Yeah.
what you're working with is oh boy, we're going to get into this. If what you're working with is the ancient interface, right? You can't go. The only thing that lets a boat go upwind is the resistance to going sideways or going downwind. So you have uh, lateral resistance, right? You have
Hmm.
stuff in the water that stops you from going sideways, and you have the motive force, which is provided by the sail. So you have a center of effort in the sail plan. You have a center of lateral resistance in the boat, in whatever form the boat is. So, like a catamaran provides that lateral resistance, a multi hull provides lateral resistance by having two hulls spread way apart that are stuck in the water, that stops you from going sideways. And what you want what you want uh, for the most amount of speed in those boats is to get one of the hulls out of the water, because that's you don't have you get a hull, you fly a hull, get a hull out of the water, and you have less stuff that the water
Forward resistance, yeah.
is resisting you going forward with. So it's like, I don't know, where am I going with this?
Yeah,
It's
you've
not a
cut your
bigger
forward cross
it's
section
not
back
a
in
bigger
half.
boat. The boat's gonna tip over no matter what, because you've got the wind is coming. You're not if you point the boat directly into the wind, it's just gonna sit there, and the sails are gonna go like this. So you have to provide you have to fill the sails on one side of the boat or the other in order to have any force being exerted on the sail plan. So if there's the wind is trying to blow the boat downwind, it's trying to blow the boat, throw a leaf in a pond and watch where the wind takes it, right? It's going to take it with the wind no matter what. So if you put something up and you have something in the water that's stopping it from going downwind, then it's going to tip over one way or another. And it doesn't matter how big the boat is, it's going to tip over some. But if you got a great big huge, if you got a big huge, not a not a racing catamaran, it's not going to tip much. As a matter of fact, if you on a big catamaran, it's like sailing around your living room. It doesn't tip very much at all,
All
unless
right.
unless
What
you have a
about
huge amount of, unless you have a big sail plan relative to unless your center of
what
effort and center of lateral resistance, the amount of sail you've got up is enough to tip the boat up.
so last question, Maya,
Mhm,
for Stephanie.
mhm.
What would the optimum angle of a boat that's say 300 cubits by 50 cubits by 20 cubits? What would the optimum angle be for navigating that, specifically in the context of a planet vaporizing global flood?
Well, that's an interesting question, because I have never seen a drawing of the sail plan for Noah's Ark.
Yeah,
It's the Ark seems like it's just this big thing that
yeah. It was
it's
just a
like it's
box
more like Noah's raft, not it's
there.
not a really a boat. It's more of a raft, because
It's a
without
or a
sails,
box,
you've got
yeah.
no you can't. What are you going to use to steer it anywhere? Nothing. You just load them up,
God,
you know, load them up and keep your fingers crossed. You don't know have any idea
you could
where it's
train up
gonna
aquatic
go.
dolphins.
So I don't know. I mean, it's like I don't imagine that thing would heal too much at all, unless you got all the elephants to go from one side of the boat to the other.
Yeah. All
Then
right,
it'd
that
heal
was it.
quite a
Sorry.
bit.
All right, well put. Well, Stephanie can really science the fuck out of sailboating. So, no,
You
that was
gotta.
awesome. And I no, I love hearing Stephanie. I love seeing her face when she, well, anyone's face when they talk about their passion, and I love seeing Stephanie smile. So thank you for coming. Yeah, I mean it's kind of like Mark saying magic.
Oh, look
Would
who
get
just
you.
showed up.
No, Mark's been here for a while. We were making fun of him earlier.
No,
Yeah,
Titan.
Jesus, take the rudder.
Oh, yeah, Titan, you're late as fuck. We are leaving.
Oh,
So, uh, the very
Yep.
least you can do for coming 2 hours late to my stream that was supposed to end like 5 minutes ago is hit the like button on your way out. And we'll see you guys all later.
everybody should like this stream, for heaven's sake.
I know. We
Oh,
got
That's
Stephanie to
great.
talk about sailing. Did you see the smile in her eyes? How often do you get to come to a stream and see Stephanie smile? Only on my stream. All right. Let's get out of here. Say bye, guys.
bye.
Bye.